Hi, I'm Anton Mauricio. I'm here to talk about my financial advocacy. It started when I was going around doing my campus tours, and I figured out that, why can't the finance graduates find jobs? I mean, any graduate, why couldn't they find jobs? I belong to a professional organization, and I said, why aren't you hiring these people? And so I discovered that there's a gap of financial literacy and recognition of the kinds of financial careers that need to be developed in the university. Wherever I go all over the country, people are just so hard up. That's one. Second, Filipinos are generally afraid of math and accounting and anything to do with numbers. I think by nature we avoid it. And I saw in our elementary school, our multiplication tables are 10 times 10. Okay, we memorize it 1 times 2, 1 times 3, 1 times 4, until 9 times 9 is 81, until 9 times 10, 90, 10 times 10. In India, it's 100 times 100. They memorize the multiplication table. 100 times 100, 100 times 99, 100 times 98. And they develop their universities, even if it's very competitive there, such that in 20 years, now I think even less time, Indians now have a reputation, well, being IT savvy and being good with numbers. So how are you going to do that? I mean, a kid studies savings and planning for the long term in school and then goes back home and is exposed to the parents always spending for the now, not saving, getting remittances from abroad, from a relative, and instead of saving it, they spend it. So the element of sacrifice for the long term has gone. And I realized that my role is not simply to espouse financial literacy, it's to espouse a values transformation. 5 years ago, some students approached me, and so I became the founding advisor of the Junior Confederation of Finance Associations Philippines, or JCFAP. Before, it started with 8 schools. Now it's 40 schools all over the country. We have 20,000 finance students, and we're still growing. I told them, I don't put up seminars. I could provide the speakers from Phoenix, or I can speak myself. More often than not, I speak myself. I do it myself because Phoenix members are so busy. I'm thinking of a internship placement program, which we're trying out, where the company pays the organization a fee. So the organization becomes more relevant to the needs of the finance student. I'm also involved in charity work. I support heavily the social involvement programs they have, helping street children, disabled children, abused women. We also have the disaster victims. We also contribute, and we have social involvement awareness programs for the members. My idea of the program was to teach the students to be able to teach personal finance and basic financial values, inculcate financial awareness, develop financial literacy to the grassroots, meaning barangay level, family level. There's a mindset that you don't have to be good at numbers in order to be good at business. So a typical finance accounting student, business administration student would study spreadsheets, would study finance in school, and then they go home, and then the father or the mother or the tita or the lolo tells, hindi naman kailangan yan sa buhay. Napalaki ko yung mga anak ko dahil hindi ko naman alam yung mga yan. Or bakit yung kapitbahay natin or yung pinsan ko na nasa States, hindi naman successful siya, hindi naman niya kailangan yung mga ganyan. I mean, it's that kind of mindset that I try to correct when I go to schools and I tell them, have you heard of that kind of rationalization, of that reasoning? And they all say yes. I've heard that. And I tell them, that's a misinterpretation. A person who is successful in business whether an entrepreneur or maybe an employee who is successful and does not know finance, was successful not because of his lack of financial knowledge, but in spite of it. Yun lagi yung sinasabi ko sa kanila. That had he been financially literate, he would have even been more successful. And that's a simple message that brings home the importance of studying finance. That's a program that that I envisioned called Bayo. I actually went to teach finance in very simple terms, basically English, Taglish, Tagalog concepts of the balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement, and also personal finance in for 5 barangays, and they appreciate it very much. We want to expand that program by having the students teach it, because I can't be teaching it all by myself. So I have to train a group of students to teach it. So that's one of the future programs of the JCE FAP. Another program would be the internship placement program, which would match the finance student for a job, even at the second and third year level. Okay, so it's an ongoing internship. It's like an extended job interview, which would be good for the company and good for the student, so that there would be less uncertainty about where they're going to be employed or if they're going to start a business, after college. The change is going to be quite long term. So you're talking about a scenario now, the premise of which is there is no financial literacy for most of the population. So what we want to do is to move them from that state to an awareness that they don't have financial literacy, to financial awareness, to financial literacy. And if they want to move from that financial proficiency, you'll already be a professional finance executive. How is the impact of that? Who will it impact? Actually, that non-financial literacy state to the financial literacy state impacts the grassroots, the ones who are going to get taught, and that will impact the entire economy given a large enough scale. How? It will increase the savings rate because it will teach people to save, right? It will teach people to sacrifice. It will teach people to invest in better things, more realistic things, not in scams. It will tell them to budget properly, a widespread knowledge of this. So that's the effect on the grassroots. What's the effect on the students? Well, they'll learn it better as students, meaning finance. Why? Because they're teaching it. You imbibe something better if you're able to teach it. Okay? That will make them better students, and coupled with the internship program, they'll have a better future. So you have that program, and it will also earn money for the organization via the placement fees from the company that is partnered with this internship program. The teachers, it's also going to be good for the teachers, because what we're trying to do is have the teachers be the focal point in teaching the students how to train, because they're already trainers themselves. So we're organizing the teachers to do that, and the teachers also will be they're gonna raise their proficiency level in finance to global standards. Not that they're not there yet. It's just that I think the nuances of what's happening in the world, meaning practicalities with regards to the field, are almost always lost on a person who's just exclusively academe. Having a program, or for example, a campus tour talk, addressing the students, and then talking to the teachers, and then the teachers training of Phoenix also, we're supporting that. That uplifts their understanding, and they're able to teach the students well. So that's what's in it for these stakeholders. That's the grassroots, the students, the teachers, and also for the professional executives like me, professional finance executives like me. You're trying to achieve a critical mass. So slowly you're uplifting the awareness, financial literacy consciousness of the general population. household, grassroots, barangay level, housewives, children. Good financial literacy would be good for everyone, all professionals, not just finance executives. If you have developed a discipline to save, if you know your income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement on a personal level, if you develop a financial plan for your household, I really believe that financial literacy is the key to uplifting our economy, because it's an attitude, it's a values orientation, not just a pedagogical effort of just teaching them finance. It's more trying to inculcate in them the proper values of sacrifice for the long term. And you do that, you achieve a critical mass for that. It's ambitious, but we've gone a long way in 5 years. As I said, I've spent 4 years as a marketing professional, 15 years in the financial industry, 10 years as a Phoenix member, and I organized a student organization of 20,000 students, and we're just 5 years old. So we've come a long way. I do campus talks all over the country, and I hope that spreading the word about what I'm doing and what my organization is doing, the Financial Executives Institute, the Junior Confederation of Finance Associations Philippines, what we're doing can inspire other people, just as we've been influencing students and graduates, 5 years worth of finance graduates. I hope that it has a snowball effect on like-minded individuals if we're able to spread the word about it. So that's why I really want to be a part of this Asia's change agents, just to spread a word about what we're doing, because it's a worthwhile effort and I really believe it will help the country. Thank you.